This might ruffle a couple feathers, but Bernie Sanders does not give a fuck about you. I still don't understand how we were able to keep that shit up. That populist belief that he actually cared about human rights going for so long. All he does is mentally masturbate over political theory and ideology that means nothing. Gets the people riled up like a pastor to do nothing. Just take their attention. Do you guys ever ask, like, how is Nancy Pelosi's trading portfolio so good? How are the Newsom and Pelosi families connected to California politics? And how is that allowed for opportunities that expand beyond any of the levels of, like, being oppressed or human could connect those two people to the people they're supposed to serve? But this isn't about them. This is about Bernie Sanders. The dude has like 7 titles. You know what's interesting? If he cared about the youth, I'm pretty sure he would be selecting younger people to assume those roles and then mentoring them, helping them be able to, at some point, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, assume even greater government positions and us be prepared to elect them rather than constantly just trying to point the finger at somebody who has all the identities and then make them run for president. As if that's gonna work. Now, again, the 2024 election was thrown by the Democrats because all those people, like the old Democrats, establishment ones, they want to just keep their positions. They want to keep insider trading. They want to keep being able to have the authority to know what's going on in the country. And then also the lack of accountability to not tell anybody else that this stuff is happening. They know it's happening and they're just preparing themselves before anybody else does. So it can seem like we're all just figuring shit out at the same time when the chaos really starts to ensue. But really sit here and think. The reason why Bernie and all these people, especially Nancy Pelosi and them, they aren't speaking to Democratic voter bases, they're speaking to conservative bases, is because they're conservative now. They've opted out to be on the right. They're not in the center. They're on the right. There is no such thing as a center in America. You're on the left, you're on the right, or you're a fucking liar and you're on the right. So let me know when we don't have a bunch of literally like 80-year-old, like walking gravestones, supposedly representing people who they are 3-4 generations apart from in age. Just ask yourself how much things have changed since COVID. Now, how much do you think things have changed since World War II? When these people were born? Yeah, a lot, I'm pretty sure. So continue to believe the political back and forth, the political mental masturbation that is happening, because that's really all it is. You guys, all you do is play devil's advocate and say a bunch of theories and back and forth, and this could, MLK said, well, this philosopher, this theorist, yeah, to do nothing. Luigi Mangione did something. That's the only white person I've seen do anything, next to the dude who burned himself. And you guys don't do anything. Those types of experiences are supposed to be the catalyst to the revolution. You guys just sit there and do nothing. And even worse, you point at them and say, I wish we had a bunch more Luigis. I wish we had more people who could lead the revolution. Dude, you can only have so many leaders before the people show you time and time and time again they don't want a revolution. They just want to feel something, and they want to be a part of something that they can be remembered in the history books years from now. But you won't be remembered in any history books because they're rewriting history, and you won't be a victor in it. You're going to be the pest that was the reason why America couldn't get to where it wanted to go as quickly as it needed to, because you're in the fucking way saying shit that doesn't matter, trying to develop an identity that won't be validated outside of this social media psychosis that we live under, which has given way too many people an opportunity to see that freedom of speech is actually more detrimental when you don't have anything to apply it to, rather than just shutting the fuck up and seeing the world that we live in. But this is why I don't make political content on here, or I try not to at least. I'm confused as to, are we supposed to wait for people like Bernie or Nancy Pelosi to and keel out of their positions and then again be, well, what are we going to do to replace them? Is that what we're going to do every fucking time? Or are we going to actually coach and raise the next generation? Oh, we won't. Because you know that issue that them boomers and then that boomer generation they have is clinging on to their dear lives, to not even wealth, but to their identity. And losing that feels like they're actually dying. Needing to be a human being apart from politics, especially the ridiculous amount of attention that they get for no reason, it literally makes them feel worthless. Politicians, pastors, and who else? No. Just politicians and pastors are the two people who are supposed to be some of the most intellectually and morally superior people in society. But all they have done with the fame that they've garnered in the recent world that we've lived in is try to be rock stars. And now they've realized if they give up the position of politician or pastor, they can't be a rock star anymore. They actually got to be a real human being who contributes to their community or their society. But then they realize that they've gotten so rich off of the poor people they sell dreams to, they only live in a community with other super rich people who don't face the oppression that they think they know about and they think they're helping solve.